Right guys, time for another RLR beer short. For this one we go to Talagante near Santiago in Chile, my first beer from Cervecería Szot. So this particular beer is called Manjarsh. It comes in at 10% ABV, an Imperial pastry stout with a little bit of manjar added into it. So manjar is a Chilean treat that's kind of like vanilla liquid fudge almost. It's really interesting stuff, so give it a go. But yeah, the beer pours this lovely dark sort of ebony rosewood colour. There wasn't much head on this one when it appeared. It was a light kind of fawn colour but disappeared very, very quickly. The aroma of this one was very fruity leaning, so lots of raisins and plums and figs and stuff like this, and not too much of the other stuff, but let's focus on the flavour of this one. So yeah, backbone of this beer, you've got a slightly roasty, toasty rye bready bread crust and a little bit of wood, a little bit of cracker further forward as well. Then on top of that you've got a nice rye bready layer, a wholemeal brown bready layer, both of those showing a little bit of nuttiness into the aftertaste. Then you've got a chocolate sponge cake layer as well, then a more dense, how would we say, a more dense like chocolate brownie, chocolate muffiny type character coming out of this one. The next layer up you've got some chocolate there, so it's maybe about a 70% cocoa chocolate further back with quite a bit of red fruity character, more milky further forward. Then there's a layer of toasty brown sugar on top of that, then the layer of manjar, that sort of liquid vanilla slightly nutty fudge coming out of it. Then yeah, in the dead centre of your palate you've got that little circle there, treacle molasses right in the dead centre because of the booziness of the beer. Then it's surrounded by a little bit of a more kind of sweet caramel there, and as I say, a bit of nuttiness into the aftertaste with them. For an Imperial pastry stout, it's definitely not got that sort of granola marzipan-y type flavour to it. This one has a little bit of old school RIS type quality to it, which I think is very nice. On the back third of the palate you've got all those bready layers there, you've got the yeasty character on top, so at its core it's like a Scottish English phenolic, you know, roasty toasty Christmas pudding there. When you go further out from that, it's a more oily rye bread, maybe like a caramel sponge as well, and the very edge of the yeasty character's just got a little bit of toasty bread crust to it, so very, very nice. The hoppy side of this beer, I suspect a little bit of Galena or Williamette in this one, but yeah, back corners of the palate, wee bit of earthiness, wee bit of woodiness, then there's a little bit of pine resin further forward, some nice floral aromatic spice on the front corners of your tongue, then round the front curve of your palate, it's just a little bit lighter and more sort of grassy and zesty too. And the fruity side of this one, when you first take it in, quite a little bit of sharp raisin there. On the back half of the front third of your palate, big oily plums, prunes underneath, a little bit of datey character as you move further forward. Then it's a bit more figgy, black currants and blackberries, but those sharper, juicier fruits, the raisin, fig and the blackberry, linger into the aftertaste. Mouthfeel wise, this beer for me, it's top end of mid body, bottom end of full body, smooth carbonation, very clean mouthfeel, good quality water. And this one maybe about 50 IBUs. The malt base a bit drier underneath, smooth in the middle, dry sweetness on top, and as I say, you've got quite a little bit of sharper fruity character to this one. I do recommend you actually drink this with a bit of manjar because that smoothens out the flavours. But yeah, the Manjarsh Imperial pastry stout, 10%